welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School podcast. I'm joined with my co-host, Mr. George Loveridge. How you doing, George?
I'm all right, James. Most important question of the week. Has this week been a rock or a roll for you?
It's been a rock. It's been a rock this week. We've had... we're getting into silly season, as somebody mentioned in the Facebook group. We've got lots of things, lots of plates spinning. Riffmas has officially started in the Facebook group.
It's been a bit overwhelming in the Facebook group. It's phenomenal.
So at time of recording, we've had 30 entries within the first 2 days.
2 songs.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's mental.
Well done.
So, yeah, thank you, everybody. And there's quite a lot of new faces coming out of the woodwork as well. So thank you very much for participating, everybody. What else is going on? We're sort of getting ready for our sort of end-of-term gigs and stuff here at the school. So we've got lots of rehearsals going on. We've got a gig coming up with 7 student bands that we've sort of curated and put together for our sort of end-of-year show. And just kind of trying to wrap everything up on a positive note. It's been a really busy year this year. So, yeah, it's about another fortnight it's going to be mental for, but then...
we'll be glad of a break.
I'm looking forward to some mince pies, cheese and beer in that order. So, yeah, what about you? Has your week been a rock or a roll?
It's a roll.
A roll?
I spent Sunday afternoon... Well, okay, story time. Partner says, should we go to the Christmas light switch on in the village? I went, yeah, let's do it. We'll go at 4. Oh, great, cool. 3 o'clock, I thought. 2:30, sorry, I said, I'll put some new strings on this. Perfect. You know, you start taking it off, start getting the lemon oil out. She says, no, actually, we need to be there for 3:20 now because the parade starts at 4. Bear in mind, this guitar is now naked with nothing on it.
Yeah, and you don't want to leave a guitar with no strings on it. You do want some
tension. Yeah, so quickly whipped all the strings on. And I think as a result, what followed 2 days later, I was playing an A minor chord, Candy, Polonatini, 85%, and the high E string snapped on a brand new set of Diodario strings. Furious. Furious.
Okay.
That's your analogy when you put expensive tyres on your sports car. It's like pulling out of Halfords and getting a puncture straight away. So it's a bit dramatic. It's not been that bad of a week. What else has happened? Oh, we were interviewed.
Yes, we were. We were interviewed a while ago, but
it's gone live now. Yes. A colleague of mine at Gear News runs a website called guitarbomb.com. Quite serious news, I think, this website. And he interviewed us about the good, bad and the ugly about KGS podcast. So will you do a link somewhere?
Yeah, I'll put a link in the description. It wasn't just about the podcast, it was the whole kind of how Kirklees Guitar School started in the organic way that it did and the full kind of story up to this day. He's done a really good job with it. I'm really pleased with the outcome. So I'll put a link to that in the description for everybody to check out.
There we go.
It's very good. Right, what's on the agenda for today?
So today we're talking about Christmas gifts for guitarists. It's getting around to that time of year. We're uploading this at the beginning of December, so you've still got time to find gifts for your loved ones. So people's partners who are making a cup of tea in the background of the video on, take note, this is what the guitarist in your life may want to get hold of. We've come up with 5 each. We've got 5 categories. We've got novelty stocking fillers, useful stocking fillers, a practice aid, an amp, a pedal or a guitar in that category, and money no object. We've gone in blind as well.
Yes, we don't know what each other's picked. I'm just hoping we haven't picked the same thing.
I don't think we will.
Right, okay. And we've gone sort of in order of seriousness and calibre of presents. So go on, you go first then. What's your...
So I'm going to be really rude. It's all on my phone.
I've gone analog.
Remember, I'm only 15. So the first, I'm going to email you all the shots to put up. These are all from Thomann. Other music supplies are available. The first gift I'm going for the novelty category is the Thomann G phone. It's a gramophone. Now, we said novelty stocking filler. It's the sort of tat that you get at Christmas, and you use it once and put it away again. So essentially, as you can see, it's a gramophone with a little stand to put your phone in, play some music, and it uses natural acoustic amplification to make your phone sound worse.
It doesn't use like 16D batteries that cost £4 quid each.
It's purely acoustic. It's 35 quid. Just something to open it and go ha ha ha, and then never use it again.
See, this is why we've gone in blind, because my brief it's kind of like, well, what's actually a stocking filler? Because
think, how big's a stocking? It's that big, and this device is the size of your phone.
Is it really? It looks massive on there.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's, if your phone sits in that little black compartment,
right,
I don't think it's huge.
So I've gone for. I've actually thought, well, what can us viewers find that's useful rather than anything else? I'll put a screenshot on screen. Moore guitar pedal foot switch tapper buttons. Now, when I first saw these, I thought, what a ridiculous concept. So, if anybody's playing at home and they've got pedals at home and they have the little kind of small latching switches, if you've ever stood on those with a pair of socks on and nothing else on your feet, it hurts. Well, these are like little rubber grommets that you put over the switch, and it just makes it a little bit nicer for you to tread on. You know, like it won't work with like the Boss pedals or whatever, but there's so many novelty rubbish.
That's good. You've put a lot of
guitar.
thought into
Well, that's what I thought. Like the £4 for a 5-pack, right? So it's a nice little stocking filler for the guitar player in your life.
It's the F major 7 of guitar pedals.
Yeah,
it softens the blow
just a little bit. But I think there's so many there's so many. You go on Etsy and you can find millions of little gifts like
key rings,
a key ring, or a teaspoon shaped like a guitar, or
what's the one you always go for?
A piano tie, a tie with a keyboard, or worse, a fretboard on it. And it's not that I'm ungrateful for receiving those gifts, but I think in the world of sustainability and kind of like trying to
use what you got.
I just sort of think that'll just go into the cupboard to die. It'll get moved around for a couple of years and then it'll go to the charity shop. Whereas that's something that you'll use.
Good.
So that was my first
novelty.
one.
Okay, so the next category is useful stocking fillers.
Yes.
I've gone for a Dunlop Guitar Tech kit. Again, £35 just by coincidence, so it's under £50, so arguably a budget item. In this pack, you get some fretboard cleaner, polish, lemon oil, string cleaner, a cotton cloth, and a string winder.
Okay.
So for those of us, as we said before, we spend a lot of time and money playing guitar. We need to look after them. If you're a dab hand at changing strings, you want to make sure that you're looking after your instrument. So rather than, it really pains me to see people changing strings and then just not cleaning it. So James is just walking around the set. He's grabbing some. There he is. All live here, folks. What was I saying? Yeah, I had a student recently change the strings, and that's all they did. They changed the strings. Mm-hmm. They didn't put lemon oil on. They didn't clean the body down. So for £35, this is a really easy get-out-of-jail-free card to keep your guitar looking and sounding nice and protecting it.
We spend a lot of money on these. Now, I ain't used this. I haven't used this since we did the Mount gig. And it come out of the case.
What was the weather like, by the way?
It was gross. And the guitar reflected that as well. And just a quick, I've got a kit very similar to that. Okay. Just give it a quick mist. It's the Diodario equivalent instead of the Dunlop. Just give it a quick mist, wipe over with a microfiber cloth and change the strings, and it's like brand new again.
It is.
You know? Yeah. We look after them. So that's a fantastic idea. Now, I was running over there because my stocking filler, I get asked about this all the time.
I nearly went tuner.
Yeah, well, this is a TC Electronic Polytune clip. Now, anybody that comes here for lessons knows that this is my little headstock tuner that follows me around, and I guard it with my life because they're £40.
Yeah, I had a bass student, Mark, bought one as well recently.
They're quite expensive for what they are, but they are very good because not all tuners are created equal.
No.
I find the ones that you get on eBay for £5, they're okay, they do the job, but these are far more accurate. And particularly if you're playing Gibson style guitars where that G just does not want to stay in tune or it's just a little bit fiddly, this definitely helps. So this would be my second. This would be one that
your useful stocking filler.
Yeah, and I use it. I use it every day, and I've used it. I think I got this as a Christmas gift from a good friend 2 years ago. Okay, maybe, and I've used it every day since. And I love it. It's great. It's the best headstock tuner I've ever used. Now this is because it's a polytune. What that means is you can, like all the other polytune stuff that TC Electronic do, you can strum all the strings, and it will. If you watch that, you can either do it mono.
I tell you what, if I film that, see if you can overlay it over the top. See what's going on then. Go for it.
Right, so you can tune it one string at a time, like that. But with it being poly means that you can do more than one sound at once. You can strum all the strings, and it tells you all of them. Now, that's the difference between the unitune, which means one at a time, and the polytune. The unitune's £30.
You learn something new every day.
The polytune is roughly about £40. But I'll tell you why I think they're so good and why the general consensus is that is the one to go for. They're never in stock anywhere. Nobody can keep them in. And it's been like that for like 2 years. Like any time I know somebody on the Nigel on the Facebook group snapped one up on a Black Friday deal, and I was actually quite surprised it could get older one because normally they're not. They come in black or white, but of course if it comes in black, it has to be black.
Yes.
When it comes to me, so yeah, that's my useful.
My tuner of choice, I've had it for years, and we use it at our live events. Is a Korg plug-in tuner.
I hate that tuner.
Oh, I love it because have you ever had it where you're trying to tune up, and if there's people talking or a drummer smacking it. I nearly said a different adjective then. That gets demonetised. Hitting his snare drum. Your guitar tuner's going to have a hissy fit, but this one just plugs straight in and uses your pickups.
I just find it real, especially on these, because do you not get a sore neck
because
all those kids' guitars?
The hinge can get loose, but I actually bought that because the bass player in one of our bands nicked my other tuner, and then it fell out.
Bass player behaviour.
Yeah, and then it fell out of his case. I went, Anyway, what's next? What's the next category then?
The next category is a practice aid.
Okay, bias. It's a Boss Katana Go.
Okay,
I'm afraid I've been using this since May. And it has quite literally changed my life as a guitar player. Big statement. But I can plug in a set of cans, set of headphones to this, and play to my heart's content, and I've got Wembley in my head. It's phenomenal. They're £111 right now. We've just
they've gone up then.
They have gone up a little bit, and we've just missed the Black Friday curve. But still, for £111 for all the gizmos that you get within it, it's phenomenal. We did a video on on this channel with it.
Yeah, we did.
Versus the Quad Cortex, and we came to the conclusion that the Katana Go can achieve the same sort of tones as a Quad Cortex.
It can hold its own, yeah.
Now, It's not designed to be used how I'm using it. I've got an adapter going into an amp, but as a headphone amp, load up the app. It's really easy to use. And again, for £100 for a piece of guitar gear, it's phenomenal, and I think it will make everyone a better player. There are other ones on the market, headphone amps. People rave about them in the group, but that's my practice aid.
Mine, it's again, we're sort of creeping up monetarily now. It's starting to get a little bit more
triple
expensive.
figures.
So it's not your stocking fillers. It might be more like your main present. But I've gone for the Singular Sound Beat Buddy pedal. Now, I'll overlay it on the screen. It's an effects pedal sized box, but it essentially has a drum machine in it for you to practice to. Now, I've started experimenting the last quarter of this year. I've started experimenting. Rather than using a metronome to get the students to practice in the groups, I've been putting drum loops on and drum grooves, and I'm getting such a better response, and people are actually wanting to practice along too. Because whether it's this or it's a drum kit, it's still in the same timing, and it actually sounds like music. So I'm actually thinking of putting together a little board exclusively for the teaching room, where I've got everything kind of plugged into, a little drum machine and some other little bits where I can go direct into the PA, and it just makes it that little bit more satisfying to practice along with the metronome. Yeah. But it's sneaking the vegetables in underneath everything else. They are quite a lot of money for what they are, but I did have a look at some cheaper alternatives, but they just didn't sound anywhere near as good. And I think spending that extra £50 would be
a lot of multi-effects come with drum machines in them.
Yeah,
whoops. A lot of multi-effects come with them in. Yes, I'd not thought of that. I'm looking for next year's acoustic gigs to buy a stomp box pedal where you hit it with your foot and it's like a bass drum.
Yeah.
So just to provide a bit more momentum. Now, obviously, you've got to provide that percussion yourself, but that you just set it and you're good to go, aren't you?
They have this one's called the Beat Buddy Mini. They have a larger version, which is a two knob one, which is
sounds like this podcast.
It's designed for acoustic singer-songwriter type stuff.
No, that's really good for practicing, especially for timing. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Biggie. Next category is then amp, pedal, or guitar. I've gone for a pedal.
Okay.
Believe it or not. I don't usually go for that sort of stuff. It's hot off the press, this one. It's the Velaton GP5.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen anything of this in the media.
No, what is it?
It looks like a tiny little drive pedal, but it's got 100 digital effects within it.
Oh, so is it like a multi-effect, but you kind of just sort of say I need a tremolo on a gig, I can get a tremolo and I can just use it. Yeah. Right, okay, so, ad hoc effects.
Yes, so tonight's gig you need tremolo for Rumble, whereas tomorrow's gig you need flanger for Keep Yourself Alive or something.
But you don't use it. But you don't use it often enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Potentially a bit of a gimmick because you have one button that's a true bypass. Now what that means is you press it, the effect is on. You press it again, the effect is off. You need an app, of course, to scroll through it all. But for one pedal, Dagan Wilkin did a really good comprehensive video. You should have a look at that, where it's even the preset tones are huge. And how much is it? It's £69. It costs less than a pedal tuner. Drum roll, please. It's got a tuner in it as well.
Wow.
So it is I haven't tried it. I don't need it. I probably would have bought it, but I just don't have a use for that one effect. As you say, if you need a niche effect for a gig.
But you use the Cerberus, don't you?
I do, which I can get multiple effects on. But yeah, GP5, excuse me. I would go for that. So that was in the category of an amp, a pedal, or a guitar. Have you got a guitar or
No, I haven't. Now, I've kind of bent the rules a little bit.
You made them,
on
so fair
this.
enough.
Yeah. I've gone for the Positive Grid Spark Neo headphones.
I heard a lot of good things
Now,
about
those could have been in the practice category, but this is what I want for Christmas. I think I'm gonna buy myself a pair of these.
I was going to say, your wife doesn't watch it, so not a chance.
No, I've been using the Boss Katana Air headphones for a long time,
Yeah,
but
you've had them a while.
I don't know what it is. I might just be cursed. I don't know. I seem to have, with both the Boss practice products that I've had, including the Katana Go and the Wazza Air headphones, you can't say Wazza without
being
putting
funny.
a smile
Yeah.
on your face, can you?
We
It's
are 9,
ridiculous. Yeah. I am a grown-up. I am an adult. Now, I think I'm plagued with connectivity issues with those products, and I'd like to try the Sparks because I've heard nothing but good things about them.
Okay.
They are so much cheaper in comparison. And
How much do they retail for, the Sparks?
Anderton's currently have them on at 139.
Okay. Spark stuff is usually quite dear, though, isn't it?
It is, but also, like, your Katana Go's 111.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the same technology,
And
plus
the
the headphones for that, and it's wireless. So I'm kind of thinking, like, it's worth a punt. And if and we've said this a few times, if it's crap, I'll send it back.
Send it if it's crap.
You know? But I do think, like, I would use that a lot because I do a lot of, as you're discovering with your Katana Air headphones, I do a lot of playing at home in some headphones.
If you've got like 20 minutes before you go to bed, you
Yeah.
can just plug it in. Sometimes you play at your best when you're really tired for some reason
Yeah.
late at night. No, I've not considered that. I've not seen them on the market, so
Very
fair
good.
dues.
Right, money no object then. Now I've got a sneaking suspicion that I know what you're gonna go for.
Now I could have gone on Toman and looked at the most expensive guitar, which is like 360 grand. Ha ha ha. But
Is
this
that a Martin?
Yes, it is.
Right,
And it's
okay.
disgusting. It's got this horrible Christmas tree design on the back. It looks like the sort of cushion your nan gets out at Christmas.
Right, okay.
I digress. This is a Fender 50 Strat AFR Relic. 1969 Relic Strat for all of the E-flat Hendrix Stevie Ray Vaughan you could wish for. It costs, as you'll have seen on screen, £8,699. So if you've got 10 grand for a guitar, you're up. Why have I chosen this? There's a guy who keeps coming up on my feeds playing E-flat blues stuff, and it's that silky Strat sound that I just can't put my
the
finger
Stevie
on.
Ray Vaughan thing.
Yeah, and
okay.
It comes back to my want of the week from ages ago about
Yeah.
the PRS. What has it got? Selected ash body, which just means we found some expensive wood round the back for you. AAA bird's eye maple, large chunky C profile neck as well, so it's going to weigh a ton. 21 frets. They're stainless frets as well.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Single coil, 3 hand wound 50 Strat single coil pickups. It's just cool. It's just cool. And it looks like it's been kicked around the car. It looks something like Buddy Guy would have played for a long time.
Very cool. It's
That's
very
my-
vibrant, is that finish, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's kind of like a gold. Even the back is lovely. That's my money, no object. 8 grand for that, please.
So if anybody wants to know, if anybody's watching and wants to know what to get George for Christmas,
Yeah.
that's what I want you to get him. So mine's quite vanilla in comparison.
I went all out. Money, no object. Yeah.
Well, it was one of those where I sort of went on. So I got all my reference from Andertons, and I sort of went to electric guitars and was like, right, okay, start from most expensive to. Have you ever done that on Auto
high to
Trader
low.
before? Yeah,
It's
high
always
to
low to high for me.
Yeah, just to see what there is, and there was nothing that I was like, yeah, that's really cool.
I started off doing that, going, what's the most expensive for a giggle? But I thought, I don't actually want that £18,000 PRS.
No.
That's more likely what I'd have.
Well, the most expensive guitar Anderton's currently having is their copy of the Greenie.
18 grand.
Burst.
The Murphy
It's
Lab.
just a touch under 17 something. So
Okay.
you buy your fish and chips at way home after spending 18 grand on your guitar, courtesy of Mr. Anderton. I went for and again, this is the kind of, rather than just like what's the most ridiculous thing that you could possibly buy, what if money were no object and I walked into a guitar shop and I had an unlimited budget, what would I walk
The
out
black
with?
credit card.
Yeah. It would be, drumroll please, a Gibson ES335 figured semi-hollow electric guitar in 60s cherry. So,
Sorry to put in a bit of context. As long as I've known James, every time he used to go into our guitar shop in Huddersfield, which doesn't exist anymore, he'd pick up one of these, play it, and send me a video of him playing it.
you know the Wayne's World, the guitar, it shall be mine, one day it shall be mine. It's that that's the relationship I have with that guitar. Now, it's a very specific spec. We've been talking about this in the League Guitar Group. It's a Clapton played a 1964 ES355 with the small block inlays.
Is that one with the Dirty Blues stuff? When he played with Keith Richards and John Lennon? Is it that guitar?
I don't know.
Yeah, Blues. If you have a look at that, it'll be
It's
that
basically
guitar.
it's the guitar that he did the farewell concert at the Royal Albert Hall with Queen in whenever that was. I think it was mid to late 60s. But that guitar, I've watched that concert so many times. It's etched in my brain that I need a red, because I've got the 355 with the Bigsby, but it's not. I want one with a what are these called? With a Tune-o-matic bridge. And actually, that could probably become my sort of main guitar
forever
from there.
guitar.
But they're very, very, very expensive, and I've not found the right one. And other stuff keeps creeping into my life. So that it's quite tame. It's quite vanilla, actually. No, it's £3,099.
They used to be four. I swear that was like
the Murphy Lab ones are nearer £6. But do you know I think if you want a '60s cherry ES guitar, it wants to be really vibrant. You think of the Back to the Future guitar, which they reissued recently, didn't they?
Reissued,
But that's a 345. If
it's
we're pushing his glasses up and we're getting particular, it's a 345.
You get a flux capacitor when you buy it in your hard case.
But I think if you're going to go for that cherry red finish, it wants to be cherry red. A lot of them are brown, and
they're a bit too dark.
Yeah. Really. Whereas I want that wow factor. That
see, Andy who teaches, he's got this kind of Torino green one, hasn't he?
It's the same
as you
version as mine, but it's almost like Chris Cornell spec.
It either has to be what is it, Plenum Blue, Dave Grohl spec, which they're quite cheap now. They're under £700 now.
Yeah,
they're quite nice with the slightly different headstock. No, it has to be red. Has to be red.
It's like an SG. If you could buy an SG, it has to be a red one.
Iomi. I raise you.
Yeah, but his actual one wasn't a Gibson.
Was he not?
No, he played a Gibson. He played a Gibson for the Paranoid album. He had the Monkey guitar, which is a SG special, left-handed SG special, which is a vintage one from early '60s, and then he had a white and cream 3 pickup custom that he recorded Paranoid with. Following that, a custom builder whose name I forget started essentially making their version of a Gibson SG for him. And
with the crossing layers.
Yeah. I know Gibson have done their own version of it, but it's this luthier that lives really close to where he lives that's just made his guitars forever that he plays. Yeah, so you like what you like, don't you? So that'd be my money no object. And I would coming in here going, well, I've put it all in a basket here, and the total would be £3,430.
And most of that's you.
And most of that's the guitar. I've been really, really, really sensible today.
Well, the category, I'm sure you'll agree with me, everyone. Money no object. You're going nuts. That's, it's a car. What car would you buy? Money no. There's some people who said, I've always wanted a Vauxhall Adam. Great, good for you. But some people, some people will go.
I've always wanted everything in my house to be painted beige.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, that's cool. I think so. In a serious sort of take home, if partners who are watching or guitarists themselves want to treat themselves, there are a lot of good things out there for not a lot of money. There's like £3.5 for all yours, and most of that was the guitar. So if you take everything out, you get change from £200. Three, yeah. 3. There we go. Mine, first couple of mine were under £100. The Katana Go. While you're on Toman, it's £140 free delivery on Toman. So if you buy
it was £100. Used to be £100.
Yeah. So if you get a Katana, get yourself some strings, bish bash bosh,
decent set of headphones.
Yeah,
I feel like I nearly put the Boss Katana on, just the Gen 3 sort of standard Katana, but I feel like it'd be there's a little bit
We've
too
done
much of
a
an
lot.
obvious choice, and most of you already own one anyway.
Yes, Boss were very kind to give us the Katanas, and it's not that we're bored of them because we literally use them every day to teach, but people know about the Katana now, and they are a wicked piece. It is the industry standard, I think, now.
Yeah, I think so. It was a Marshall MG in my day, basically.
I was
about Marshall MG. People will look back in 10, 15 years' time and go, oh, yeah, I had a Mark 1 Katana. I absolutely loved it. Yeah.
I remember when you bought yours, it was like Rogue. I've bought a modern amp, and it's still kicking here at the school.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, it might be on its way out, The input on it started playing up a little bit. But that's not Boss's fault. That's teenage children just being turds. Right then, I think we'll call that for today, George.
Before we do, pick our brains though. One of the questions from the live show was, how did you two meet? Which we literally, I said in the live show, the cameras died, and it was the next question.
Oh, okay.
Read the Guitar Bomb article.
Yeah.
It's in there. Jeff asked us that. He said, I'd love to know how did you two meet. So have a read and you'll find out.
It's not as exciting.
It's not that exciting.
It's not that exciting.
That's like everything with this show.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that exciting.
It's cool, though. I enjoy it. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next week.
1, 2, 3.